Hi, you guys. Okay, so this month is all about parties. So today I'm talking about hostess coaching. Now, here's the thing. If you're going to say to yourself, I don't have anybody that wants to host a party, I can't get anyone to host a party, or anything negative saying that you can't do parties, go back and redo Unit 1 because you need new customers. Last month we did a whole bunch of ideas for you to find new customers. So if you are having difficulties, if you have been asking for parties and people are saying no in 2025, okay? If you have been asking for parties in 2025 and people are saying no, and you can't get those hostesses to book parties with you, you need to go back to Unit 1 and redo finding new customers because you clearly need new customers. Now, here's the thing. I don't want you to look at what happened in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, or 2024, okay? That's 4 years, okay? So for the last 4 years, all those people that said no to you, okay? It's not 2025, okay? So you need to refresh your business with parties in 2025. So people who said no previously, don't worry about that, okay? If you have not been asking for people for parties this year, you don't know if people want them or not, right? I personally did the most parties that I've ever done in 2024. I did a ton. My entire year, not my entire, half the year was booked with parties because I started focusing on them. And I was just like, okay, I really need to get better at doing parties. I started my business doing home parties. That was my big major focus was events and home parties. I was doing events to find customers, to be able to get hostesses. And those hostesses, I was gaining new customers because of all those hostesses. So my beginning of my business for years was full on home parties. And we all know that times change. We started then doing basket parties. A lot of people didn't want to do the home party. They just wanted to take a basket to work, get their own orders for a week and bring them back to us. So that's a thing as well. Then we kind of moved into now we're in the online parties. Okay. So for me last year, I did the most online parties because of Jen Martins. She does a 30-minute party. And so I took that and started doing them, and it was working amazing for me. And so I just wanted to come in here and say this whole month of April is party focused. All the different types of parties that you can do. I want you to choose one. And if you fail at it, I want you to try again because that is how you get better. So if you do an online party and it fails, was that you or was that the person that you had as a hostess? Okay. Yes, we have hostesses that don't do anything. And I have online parties that fail. Is it my fault? Probably not, because the way I've been doing my online parties has been the same. Some people are successful, some people are not. So just because you have one that fails doesn't mean they're all going to fail. So make sure that you go back and try again. So we really want you to focus on parties in 2025, whatever party that you are comfortable with, whatever one that you want to start with. So whatever party type that you choose, okay, whatever party type you choose, we want you to keep doing them for a couple months in a row so you can get better at each one. Because your first one, you're figuring it out. The second one, you're like, oh, I should have added this. And like, I thought this thing didn't work in there, but I think I would rather do this. Or I'd rather say it this way. Same with a home party. Every time you do a home party, you're going to do them slightly different because something didn't work before. So we want you to focus on parties this month. Today, I'm talking about hostess coaching. And this is how you get a successful party. And if you have not, before I did not do hostess coaching. There was times I did not do hostess coaching. I set up a party. I didn't prepare the hostess. I came in, did a party, and I'm just like, why is nothing happening? Okay. You need to do hostess coaching. Hostess coaching is a step-by-step process to help the hostess know what she's supposed to be doing during the party. Okay. How she adds people to the party, how she invites people to the party, how many people should she be inviting to the party, things that she should not be doing to add people to the party. Just different tips and tricks to the hostess that is going to give her the most sales as possible, because that is your job as the consultant. You're the person that needs to make her party a success. Okay. And there is ways to be able to do that. So I'm actually going to go through um, I did my 30-minute parties last year. So this is what I pulled. I pulled my conversations in texts with people and I put them all on a sheet for you. I'm going to give you this sheet. So these are actual texts I give to people for their parties. I don't word vomit. I try and make things as simple and easy as possible so they understand. And so I will read through all this of kind of what I do, okay? But right up front, I know that my hostesses, I have expectations of them, okay? And if they don't do them, I actually get really annoyed. It wasn't too long ago, a couple months ago, actually. I messaged, I think it was Jen. I think I messaged Jen and Megan, and maybe I think both Megans even. So probably all of them. And I was just like, okay, I have this hostess and she's online and she just added like 150 people to my party. And I don't want to add them. Like, and then I asked them for feedback of like, what do you do? Because I do not allow hostesses to add people if they've not personally invited them. Okay. I do not allow it. They have to physically text, phone call, or face-to-face invite someone to the page to get added to the group. Okay. And I will give you the reason why in a moment. So, but my hostesses, I have expectations for you. So I'm going to quickly read through the very first thing that I say to a hostess. Okay. So the hostess, okay, so the party date is booked. I connect a few days before with this info. So when they book the party, I don't then, say the party is in 2 weeks. I don't then connect with them every single day up until 2 weeks. No, I say I will connect back with you in a couple days before the party and we can get it all started. Okay. So on the day that I get them started, this part here was emailed. I did an email to somebody, but you can also text it if you like. But what I did say was, here are some requirements as the hostess. So I put that's the very first thing I said. Here are some requirements as the hostess. Number one, make sure you are personally inviting people in text or over the phone or in person. Please do not place friends in the group without asking. Just say something like, and then, this is very important. People don't know what to say, okay? So I give them the wording. I tell them what to say. So I say, just say something like, and which they can copy and paste. Hi, Sarah. I'm hosting a 30-minute online party. I am wondering if you want to get added to my group. It starts Monday at 7 o'clock. Okay. That's what you want your hostess to send to everybody. So super easy. You've given her the wording and it's not overly and crazy. It's literally immediately, it's just an online party. And I'm wondering if you want to get added to the group. It starts on Monday. Okay. Number two, these are the requirements of the hostess. Number two is ask one person if they want to be your VIP customer or your VIP hostess. You can call it a VIP hostess. Her job will be to comment and interact under every single post I do in the group, which you will do as well. She will receive a gift in her order from me. So it is a requirement for the hostess to find a friend, and they both comment within the page, and that friend gets a gift from me. It could be just a wax bar, something small, whatever you decide to kind of throw in her bag. Number three, the day of the party, make sure you private message everyone as a reminder. We start at 7 p.m. and it only takes 30 minutes of time. So this one is very important because you want to make sure that the hostess connects with people without a sale, just same as we do with follow-up, okay? Your hostess needs to message every single person inside the group at that time, okay? The day it starts. So she's added her friends, Her requirement is to then text every single person inside that party a reminder that we start at 7 p.m. And at everyone is not going to work here. It's not going to fly with me. You need to text people. If you are not, and then I usually tell them, I'm like, if you don't do number 1 and number 3, you will not see orders in your party. You will not see enough orders in your party. You will get more orders if you do these 2 things that I'm going to give you the wording for it, right? And so those are requirements of the hostess. And then I say, one thing I do need to know from you is, what are your 3 favorite products right now? Or what do you have your eye on? That's so I can make sure I show it during the party. And then I just say, I'll get back to you tomorrow with the link to your Facebook group. So that's kind of like the first thing that I write to her, knowing the expectations of the party. Done. She's like, okay, we'll have a little chat back and forth about it, blah, blah, blah. She sends me her 3 favorite items because I want to make sure I showcase her 3 favorite items, because her customers are going to help her get those for free or half price. So that's the reason why I want her 3 favorite items. I go then and find really nice images of them, and I make sure I add them within the party. Okay. So hostess coaching, I am telling you, if you don't give your hostesses the expectations that you have of them, they won't do anything. People want something for nothing. Okay. They want stuff, but do they have the efforts or the motivation to get them, right? Okay. So, and then what else do I got here? Okay. So the day I open up the party, I have this is my next thing written here. Okay. The day I open the party, I send her the links to share and remind her to personally invite people. So no random ads allowed. So I've opened up. So yesterday I gave her the requirements as a hostess. Today I opened the group and I invite her in. I then remind her. It's a remind because people just don't get it sometimes. So I make sure I just remind. I just say, yeah, just send her the links to share and remind her to personally invite any people. And I just say something like, remember, you need to personally invite people to get them added to the group, or else you won't have very much sales. So please make sure that you personally invite at least 10 people that you know love the product, might want to buy it. So 10 is a really good number to reach, because people get overwhelmed. They're like, oh my gosh, I have like 100 people on my Facebook, but I want everybody in there. That's not going to work. Okay. If you're not friendly, clearly she's probably not friendly and talks to 100 people at one time. Probably not, right? And so you only want to add people in there that she's very, very close to. Random people that you haven't spoken to in a year is not going to work within your party. So don't think numbers matter. Numbers don't matter. 100-person party is not better than a 10-person party. And that's the honest to God truth. And so I always just make sure that you have 10 quality people within your party. So make sure you personally invite people in the party. So what I say is, this is the text that I give her. As a reminder today, make sure you reach out to each person in the group and just remind them we start at 7 p.m. tonight. Oh, that's during when it starts. You can say something like, hi, thanks for joining my Scentsy page. You start at 7 p.m. If you have an order ready, just make sure you have it sent to me by 9 p.m. You can then send their order to me. I will do a final tally and I will personally message them their order and how to pay. So during the party, I get her to take the order. She sends the order to me. And then I reach out to the person that placed the order. And the reason why I do that is because I'm the consultant. I'm the consultant. So I need to create a relationship with this person. I want her to reorder from me later. So that's why I take all the orders. I have her just send them to me, or the customers come directly to me to place their order. But all orders end up going through me. Payment goes through me. So it's the same as doing like a one-on-one home party. All the orders would go through me. So I kind of kept it the same as online parties. All orders come through me because I want to talk to that person. So I feel like I missed something. Oh, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something that's really, really, really very, very important inside of your online parties if you're doing online parties. Okay. This is 2 priorities. Okay. Number one priority inside of an online party is make sure your hostess is participating and her VIP hostess. Okay. That's number one. Number two is make sure that she is personally inviting everybody, or not everybody, personally inviting at least 10 people that she knows that are very close to her or more. I mean, if she has a million friends, that's great. She can invite them, but she has to personally invite them. But your biggest priority inside of a home party, inside of an online party, is your introduction. Your introduction on yourself. That is literally one of the most important things that you can do in an online party. And if you don't have a really great introduction about yourself and someone clicks on your photo and they go to your profile on Facebook and you don't even look like you sell Scentsy, they're gonna be like, who is this girl? Like, is she legit? Is she real? People will buy from you if they trust you. That's one thing that I know, right? And so if I was your hostess right now, look at like I'm a little messy, but look how bright my video is. Look how bright my image is, right? Like just the colors in the box of where I am is bright. People take notice of that. Okay. So you need to have a really great photo of yourself, family photo, even like a professional one that was done like a couple months ago or a year ago, whatever, family photo, whatever. It could be a photo of you holding Scentsy, but a bright photo that looks pretty professional, that makes you look trustworthy. It could be a little collage of you and your family, whatever, but nice photos, you guys. Nice photos, nice bright photos that make you look professional. I find that's one of the most important things, just because honestly, I think it brings in better orders. It brings in more orders because the people trust you. So I've done a mixture. I've done just a photo with all the information, and then I've done a video, um, and both of them work. Both of them work. Just make sure in your video it's nice and bright, just kind of like this, nice and bright. You're not a mess in the back. Like I would clearly clean this up when you're introducing yourself. Okay. Um, with an image, you just talk about why you joined Scentsy, how many kids you have, or like just your life a little bit, who you are. Post pictures of you and your family photo or your kids and stuff in that. Just introduce yourself, you guys. That is one of the biggest major things. Instead of just posting a picture of like a wax collection, say, hi, my name is Carla Hunter. I am your consultant for the evening, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's not good enough. I don't feel that's good enough. It doesn't work for me when I do stuff like that. What works for me is when I show my face, when I look trustful. Yep. When people click my name, they can go and look at my Facebook profile. They see me posting. Like you can go and see what I'm posting right now. And it's like family stuff, food, and some Scentsy, and my stories are always going. Like, and my website link is there. So I look like a consultant. Okay. And I look trustworthy. So they're going to purchase from me. So you have to make an introduction post that makes you look trustworthy. I'm 100% can tell you that that can change your sales in a party. Okay. For a video, if you're doing a welcome video or introduction video, make it 3 minutes or less. No more than that. Okay. Yeah. For your videos, I mean, make sure you just don't look like a mess, you guys. Like I've seen people post videos and images and they just look like a mess. They look like you woke up yesterday and you never went to bed, or you woke up and you hardly brushed your teeth and you're taking a picture and you're posting a video. Okay. Take some time, take a moment in your day, find a really nice photo that you've taken a year ago or recently, and use those photos, or go and find new photos, or go and create new photos. Okay. So you can create photos for your business. Okay. So that's what you want. You want bright, airy photos so people can trust you. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I also have a party close, and what else do I have? Closing words. Okay. So I did a party. So all my parties last year, I think I had one of them go bust. Everybody else had parties over qualifying. Okay. I had a bunch over 500. I had one close to 700. I had one at 700. And so usually my parties are over $500 that for online. But you can tell the difference between the hostesses and their efforts of the amount of money that comes through. So usually ones that bust, the hostess just thought she can add people and not do anything and get sales by posting and praying. Posting and praying don't work. We all know that. You have to make sure that they are messaging people. If if by chance you have a hostess that is not doing her work, I will then take over and start messaging the people in the party. I hate doing that, but I will do that because I don't want to have a bust party. Okay. But I do know a lot of people, a lot of hostesses do that, and they're not even great friends with the people that they've added. So that's why I make sure that people personally invite people to come into the party. So at party close, I text message to the hostess. I say, so the party's closed. We're done. The party's over. Right after that, I text her and I say, so the best way to get orders between now and tomorrow is to connect with each person and say something like, my Scentsy party just finished. We are hoping to gather all the orders by 9 p.m. tonight. Please let me know if you need extra time to look through the products. Thanks for participating. That's what I send to them. And then I say that way you can see who might be ordering tomorrow. Lots of people don't attend the party at start time, but they will look through once you message them personally. I try not to leave the party open days on end. I give a strict close time of 9 p.m. that night, the party at 7, 9 p.m. at night. I technically don't close it till next day. I just want people to move on, right? So technically I'll close it the next night at 9 p.m. Okay, so between now and the time that we put it in, the hostess has to message every single person to see if they want to place an order. Every single person inside that party. So, and I'll tell you, one of my hostesses, the one that I was talking about before, she randomly added like 150 people into this party. And I can even read you the text message I sent her. Just one second. Uh, um, okay. So these are some of the text messages I sent her. This is one of my hostesses that didn't do anything. I said, there were only 2 friends added into the group. Did you have more to add in? If so, just make sure you message them today with the link to the group for them to get in. A good number to reach is 6 to 10. So I seen that nobody was being added to the group. So that's what I messaged her just to kind of get the process moving. Okay. And then she replied back to me, okay, thank you. Just added lots more. That's when I noticed she just randomly added 150 people. And I was just like, please kill me now. Because it doesn't work, you guys. Adding random people does not work. Okay. It does not work. And so I messaged back to her. This is when reached out to Megan and Jen, and I'm just like, okay, what do I do? Do I tell her the party's done? Like, I am not doing a party when 100 people were added, and like, who are these people? She just randomly added. She never asked anybody to come in. I was angry for like 2 days over it. So, anyways, I messaged back her and I said, I don't like doing parties when people have not been personally invited. Did you ask 100 people if they wanted to participate? Please make sure they want to be in the group before I accept them in. Please do not people do not like being placed into groups they've not agreed to. Okay. So that's what I said to her. I was straight up, and I'm focused on my business, you guys. I want my parties to be successful. So yes, I'm a little bit harsh with my clients, and I feel like I was nice, but like business minded, if that makes sense. And then she said, okay, these are close personal friends of mine. Okay, who has 100 close personal friends? Okay, I don't. I have like maybe 2. And so then I messaged back to her. I said, but I need to make sure that you personally message each person and they've said yes to being in the group. I do not allow people to add friends without them being asked. So I literally said it over again. Okay. So what happened after that? So I was just like, screw it. I'm just going to add everybody. So I said yes to everybody in the group. But when you've opened up a group and people have been added, they're not actually added until they personally accept the invitation. So when I added them, it didn't actually add 150 people into the group. Okay, added them in queue, but they had to agree. At the end of the day, she had only 3 people that placed orders. These texts that I was sending her, make sure you reach out to see who placed orders. She was not doing any of that. Okay. She had her and her 2 daughters that placed orders, and nobody else. I think there were 6 people altogether, but I knew that she did not invite anybody, any of them. So no one's going to order, you guys. No one's going to order if you did not personally invite them. Okay. So I knew right off the bat that this party was just going to be a bust. At the end of the day, she did get in 260, she did get in her 265 to have an active party, which is great. She got her free and half price rewards. But I was annoyed because it could have been so much better, right? And I know that as a consultant, it could have been so much better. Okay. So another party that I did, the hostess was wonderful. She did everything I said on these sheets. Okay. She personally invited everybody into the group. She had her helper. She sent reminders. She asked people if they had orders. Like, she did the work. Okay. So when the party closed, I messaged her and I said, you only have $165 subtotal. I'm like, to get rewards, you need 265, right? And so I said, this is when I said, you need to make sure that you are personally reaching out to people to get those last bit of orders. So when I sent this to her, her end party total, because she did the work, was 523. So she went from $165 to 523 because I said, now you need to reach out to every single person that you added in the party and ask them if they are ready to order. Okay. You don't wait for people to reach out to you. You have to make sure that you reach out to them. That's one big thing, one big tip that I can give you. Don't wait for orders. You either have the hostess connect with each person or you're doing it yourself if they're not doing it for themselves. Okay. So the party ended at 523. So, and then I have closing words here. And I send these in 3 separate texts, but one right after another. You'll see like 3 bubbles. Okay. I will say to them, right now you have $52 in free product, 2 half price rewards, and you'll get a free warmer that is $66 or less from me as a gift. Okay. Your gift can be whatever you want it to be for hosting a party. And then my next text is, if you are interested in selling Scentsy 2, you can use your $52 to go towards a startup kit, which would cost you just $25 to join. Scentsy would pay you commission of $104, and this order would get you halfway to your first consultant award. And then the next little bubble that I send is, if you are interested in selling Scentsy 2, let me know. We have a couple options, and it seems as though you have great friends and as customers start off with. So that was my closing words for one of the parties that I did. Okay. So I'm telling you right now, if you have not been Hostess Coaching, you need to start Hostess Coaching. And if your Hostess Coaching is not working, you just need to do something a little bit different. Okay. Either say it a different way, do steps in a different way, find a new way that works, scratch what you're doing, do something new. But you need to have some sort of expectations that your host is doing. You are the face of the brand. You are the face of this party. Okay. But your hostess is the one that knows every person in this party, and they are the ones that need to do the work to get these orders to you. Okay. So like I said, if she's not doing the work, then you do the work on her behalf. But I've had a lot of hostesses do the work. And you'll notice a difference in the very last thing, the closing of the party, when you are requiring the hostess to message every single person. Because what I'll do is I'll write down all the people in the party and I'll check off when she tells me she's connected with them. I will literally say, does Penny want anything? Does Sarah want anything? Does Laura want anything? Did you reach out to Laura because I've not gotten an order from her? Like I then push for her to connect with these people. Okay. And so it went from 165 to 523 because she did the work to connect with every single person. So hostess coaching sometimes, a lot of times, is will give you bigger parties. Okay. Bigger parties, better customers, better sales, and your hostess will be a better customer if she doesn't turn into a consultant. Okay. So hostess coaching is like huge for your business. If you have not been booking parties in 2025, try again. Pick a type of party, give expectations to the hostess of what you expect from her during the party, before the party, during the party, and after the party. And make sure that you follow through with those expectations. Okay. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, post them under below this video and I will answer them as best as I can. But here's the thing, like I said, don't tell yourself that you can't book parties because most likely you have not asked for a party for a very long time. And I know a lot of my teammates don't do a lot of parties. A lot of them do, a lot of them don't. The ones that don't just don't ask. We have teammates that last year booked 20 parties in 2024 in the wintertime. Then we have team members that never booked any because they think that nobody wants a party. So take out your thought process that nobody wants to do a party because there are people out there that want to do parties, home parties, office parties, basket parties, online parties, bingo parties. We have tons of parties that we're going to talk about within this program. So make sure you watch each one. Choose the one that you want to focus on and start there. If someone says no, go on to the next person and ask. Pick out your best customers, and ask them if they want a spring party. Anyways, have yourself a great day, you guys, and enjoy the day.